You got Daddy Cornstar here today. We're going to do a little talking on GPS in the guiding system that we put in our tractor this year. I started farming actually before I graduated in high school. I think I was in 10th grade. We rented some ground for me to farm. And so I've been farming for approximately 34 years now, I guess. Prior to this spring for guiding system, we never really dealt with them. We do have it in our Hagee sprayer, so I do use it in that, but I never thought for planting, that kind of stuff, that it was very important. Earlier in the season, we ended up putting a GPS in our John Deere tractor. It's a 1981 4840 and like 180 horse tractor. We've never had GPS in our planter before. We put it in this spring. We had videos, a few out this spring. We had a lot of people ask about it, and some comments, people were asking about it, how we liked it. I didn't say a whole lot during during springtime planting. I wanted to make sure we liked it, how it worked for us. And as Cole said all along, when he puts something out there, he wants to be honest about it, in our true opinion about it. So we gave it a very good run. I loved it. We did a lot of our planting this year. Most of our planting was done at night. We had a lot of rain this spring, so a lot of the days it didn't dry out till maybe 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. Without Autosteer and everything, I wouldn't have been able to plant. We were planting in some pretty gooey conditions. My markers would not work. So with the GPS that we put in this year, we loved it. AgLeader is what we ended up choosing after we were doing some checks of other companies. We decided to go with the AgLeader, and I couldn't do without it now. Over the years, we always used markers, and now I'm hooked on GPS. Okay, what we ended up putting in our tractor for the guiding system this year, we went with the AgLeader OnTrac3, and then the In-Command 800 and the GPS 7500. And the cost on it, which, I don't know, good, bad, what, it was probably a little bit more than $8,000, but like I said, I think it was probably the best $8,000 I spent this year already. We're going to be showing you some clips throughout Cole the Cornstar's videos here. Bear with me, I'm not a professional at this yet, so sometimes I took the camera and I had it straight up and down instead of sideways, so bear with me. I'm getting better at this, but so some of these video clips were taken from the spring, and I screwed up on the filming, so apologize about that. The AgLeader GPS guiding system that we end up getting, our tractors are a little bit older, and I didn't want to put the system in the hydraulics. That's pretty expensive, and then if we ended up having a tractor go down or something, we were stuck not having the guiding system. So we ended up getting the AgLeader. It had a unit that connected to our steering wheel on our tractor with a little gear. And I think in some of the videos you'll be seeing how all that works. But the steering wheel would actually move. This system was very quiet, very smooth, and very accurate. So I was very happy on that. This is the AgLeader steering wheel on the tractor. She'll be running itself. I don't know if you can see this back here, but there's a little gear unit on the very back that runs the whole steering wheel, which is connected to the AgLeader screen. And then these will be shut-offs for the planter. But the Autosteer is very, very quiet. It's very smooth, and so far what we've seen, it's been very accurate. I have to admit, the younger boys have been working on this for me, programming and stuff. Right now, we're letting Autosteer run. A little update on the guiding system. We really have been liking it. Planting about 5 miles per hour. We're on a little rolly ground right now, but she seems to appear to be keeping a nice straight line. Tell you what, I just love this AgLeader Autosteer. I'm on some really turny ground right now, and this baby is working fantastic. We're running it still in the 1981 year model 4840 John Deere tractor, and I tell you what, guys, it does a fantastic job. We just put it in this year, and I would have been lost without it. We're doing a lot of night planting. She does a smooth job. It's quiet, and it's been keeping me right on track. I couldn't steer this good with my own hand. We're making a pretty sharp corner right now. I can't even talk. Tell you what, I'd say she's keeping a pretty hug line. This ground right here I'm running in, she's a creek bottom. She's a little wet, so my wheels are sinking a little bit, but she's doing an excellent job of keeping on track. And I'm not touching the steering wheel, boys. I know myself, using the markers, I could not hug that tight. I didn't have Autosteer till this year. Cole the Cornstar and Cooper talked me into it. I was not really willing to make the journey to Autosteer, but I tell you what, we had it in our sprayer, and I knew how much we liked it in there. And if we want to put it in the planter, I wouldn't have been able to plant most nights. Tell you what, after I put this in the tractor, to the planting tractor, I wasn't getting tired at night because my eyes weren't bugged out trying to find my marker. Pretty smooth, ain't it, guys? I've heard some people put the Autosteer on their tractors, on their older ones, didn't like it. This is a unit that runs a gear around the steering wheel. What I like about it is quiet. Some of the other brands I've seen were kind of jerky on the steering wheel. And right now, like I said, we're doing a lot of turning, and she's pretty smooth. So thank you, AgLeader. Couldn't have did it without you, and you were everything you said you were. And so far, ran it for about 1,000 acres, and I've been very, very impressed. I'm on a real hilly farm today. A lot of sharp turns on this field. She's been keeping up really, really good. Going about 4.6 miles per hour. She's hugging like a glove. I don't know, guys, if you're thinking about a GPS at a very reasonable cost for an older tractor, I can't say nothing but good about the AgLeader. Thought I'd give you a little bit of a view of what the AgLeader looks like. I took the whole unit and stuff off because when we're not using it, I figured it's better to be in the fireproof safe than sitting on the tractor all year. But this is the unit that sits on the tractor when we're not using it. So it's compact, tucked away nice. And then I don't know if you can see on the back side here, this is the gear of the unit that stays on it too. So the unit will fasten onto this. It's small, and then it just runs the GPS system. So it's pretty slick. In the past, did I think the Autosteer was a must for the farm? Honestly, no, I didn't. Come this spring, my boys are the ones that actually talked me into it. I fought it. I didn't want to spend the money. But after we put it in, and my first night of running all night and not having bright red eyes from squinting, I told my boys, actually, and Cole the Cornstar, that was probably my best investment all year, was putting the Autosteer in our tractor. Did I know if we could get Autosteer for our older tractors before getting this one? I honestly didn't. I always thought it was for the newer tractors. I never really even looked into it. So once we found out we could go this route, that made me feel pretty good. But then I was worried, is it going to work worth a crap? You know, I heard people tell me, oh, it don't work, it don't steer good, you're not going to like it. So when you're spending money, you kind of get a little worried about that. But we went out on a limb, put it in, maybe some of the older units weren't very good, but the newer units they have for the tractors now, you guys would love it. The only thing I probably didn't like about it, I'm not used to a lot of this high-tech stuff, to be honest. So thank God we had a young man out here this spring that was a senior in high school. He knew a lot of this stuff. So when I had issues, which now and then I didn't know how to set stuff, I would actually call him or text him at school, and he would call me and FaceTime me, and I would turn my phone around so he could see the computer, and he would help me program it. So that was the part I have some learning to do, but after halfway through the season, I caught right on to it. So there's really nothing that I did not like about the unit. And always feel free too, guys and ladies, if you got any questions about this, put it in the bottom of Cole's comments. We'll gladly answer anything about any of this stuff that we're running. We always open to questions, and like I said, we want to be as honest about all this as possible, because I know if I'm out looking for something, I like to hear it from an honest farmer too, to know how they feel about it. And so these are actually on hand running the units. So I thank you guys very, very much for taking time to watch our videos. I should say Cole's videos. I'm a floater, so I'm just here and trying to give you guys some good stuff. Thank you very much.